Hey, welcome back, guys. So we finally have the official trailer for Power Book 2's upcoming second half, covering episodes 6 through 10, and there's a lot of compelling narratives to dive into. So in today's video, we're going to do just that, and offer insight and predictions therein. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Here we go. The trailer begins with a shot of Tariq, presumably coming down his university steps, and a quick flash of his mother in jail, accompanied by a voiceover of him stating, "My life is mad complicated." He looks to be talking to Effie in this scene, his former love interest turned frenemy due to her transgressions against him in Power's 6th season. Last time we saw Effie was in Book 2's debut, Tariq of course repaying her prior betrayal by literally taking a pack of drugs off her hands. In this new scene, she seems to be trying to get that old thing back. I mean, why else would a man qualify the craziness of his life if not for a woman who's looking to complicate it further? Between school, Tasha'S case, and the drug game, Tariq certainly has his hands full. Effie then posits to him, "Haven't you ever done anything you had to do, even if it was the last thing you wanted to do?" This question is layered in meaning. It could be viewed as a justification for Effie's former maneuvers, which I'm sure it is, given her body language and tone, but it's also a nod to Tariq's murder of the legendary Ghost Man, who by all accounts is gone for good, according to Amari Hardwick himself, much to our chagrin. During Effie's questionnaire, we get a flash of a concerned, dare I say shaken Tariq, walking along a dark alley with his head over his shoulder, two unknown hands exchanging a wad of cash, and a shaky gun ready to fire. There's another quick cut of Tariq doing what's been a hallmark for him this season, running, followed by him standing over a pile of baggies prepared for distribution. Next, Tasha appears and laments her current incarcerated condition, stating, "Baby, I wish I was out there to help you." Technically, Tariq's freedom would be impossible without his mother's help, as she infamously took the rap for his son's treachery against his father. Tariq then assures her not to worry. In the next frame, Tasha questions Tariq about Davis's potential knowledge of his true involvement in the slaying of Ghost, to which Tariq emphatically refuses to even entertain. This sequence also includes the original footage of Sax's taped confession, courtesy of Tariq's inebriated state. We are then shown a courtroom, highlighted by Davis and Tasha, all rising simultaneously. This indicates that Tasha's long-awaited trial has started and confirms that episodes 1 through 5 were merely preparation for the shenanigans to come. We hear McLean then state, "Still down with the plan?" alluding to his mid-season finale arrangement with Sax that left a salty taste in every Power fan's mouth and even almost made Method Man bring the pain in 2020. Sax firmly declares that he plans to take Tariq down. This reassertion by the ever-crooked district attorney could suggest a diversion from the previously agreed-to plan by Sax against McLean once the court proceedings begin and the plot continues to thicken. Davis did say that the win superseded Tariq's well-being, but how that'll play out in court could make things murky and doom the alliance prematurely. We'll see either way. The next shot we get is of Tariq stressing the gravity of his situation to his partner in crime, Brayden. Courtney Kemp stated in a previous episode recap that Brayden's happy-go-lucky personality and disposition would begin to wear on Tariq as the season progressed. And this segment seems to be an example of that. Tariq is shown meeting with the menacing Monet J. Blige in the next scene. The mood of their interaction comes off as tense. Tariq and Brayden set up shop in the scene to follow, preparing the drugs and collecting the money. Brayden gets a solo sequence after this, and he seems nervous, as if this part of the drug game is uncharted territory for the privileged Weston. Brayden has enjoyed the monetary aspects of drug dealing, but he hasn't encountered the violence that comes with it just yet, outside of his fight with the university competition. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles the latter, and if he's truly ready to fill the Tommy role to Tariq's Ghost. Speaking of Tommy, there's absolutely no sign of him in the trailer at all, but he's definitely making an appearance, and the brief internet shutdown that will accompany his return will be more than worth it. Monet is shown advising Tariq to protect himself constantly in the next frame, followed by what looks to be Kane loading up Old Reliable for another run. Kane then states, "Y'all in the game, right? Let's see y'all play." Immediately followed by Brayden's assertion that dude Kane is crazy. This segment is an allusion to my previous Brayden assessment on violence within the drug game. I think his earlier solo spot is connected to Kane's test run with Monet's newfound university runners. We then see Kane, Brayden, and presumably Tariq rob a previously unseen figure. By the way he's dressed, they're either robbing a financial institution or the university itself, given their inside track to its daily ongoings. Lauren, Tariq's main love interest, is next up, and she questions whether Tariq is fundamentally good or bad. Tariq mackishly replies, "If I'm bad, does it change anything?" Followed by a potential love scene between the two. Diana shows up in the next shot, and she questions Tariq's apprehensiveness towards her entry. Tariq starts copping pleas in the spirit of his slain father, addressing Tasha in oh so many moments. Salute to Little Ghost, that nigga playing for keeps. He better be careful though, because in the next shot, we see a visibly pissed Monet gearing up for a battle. The very next scene is a heated exchange between Monet and Tasha, the latter of which promising that if you hurt what's mine, I swear to God I'll find a way to hurt what's yours. As fearsome as Monet has been in her debut season, she's not fucking with Black Widow Tasha in any way, shape, or form. We're talking about a woman who murked her best friend, murked her husband's former best friend, nearly murked her husband, and went to jail, all for the safety and protection of her son. Monet better tread lightly, because all things considered, she has no clue who she's fucking with. And hopefully we get more scenes and exchanges like this between the two matriarchs. A quick flash of Lorenzo pops up next, followed by what looks to be Brayden playing chess with an unknown opponent, most likely Tariq though. Chess has been a major focal point of this season and its imagery, and the more it's understood by our characters, the higher the stakes get. If you haven't seen my Power theme song breakdown, I strongly suggest you check it out, as it deals greatly with this dynamic. Sax is shown next stating, "I can compel you to testify," followed by a court proceeding for Tasha's case. By the look on her face, whoever's testifying isn't who we think it could be. And honestly, it would be outside of his character to do so. There is no greater example of solidification than Thomas Patrick Egan. Zeke is depicted smiling from ear to ear in the next sequence, having finally gotten back on the court due to Tariq's brilliant academic work. Then, Jabari Kelly, the infamous philanderer and plagiarist, is shown pressing Tariq for something that he's hiding. The fledgling professor has a lot of nerve, and I hope to be as audacious in the coming post-COVID society. We then see a masked figure busting his gun at the aforementioned robbery victim. Now this is weird to me, because it almost looks like the man behind the mask is Guap, the young gang lord previously chastised by Monet and Kane's Fists of Fury. Y'all let me know who you believe this to be in the comments. Maybe it's too late, or maybe I'm too hungover, but I have no clue at the moment. Kane is shown again in the midst of flashing police lights, followed by a rare beating taken by the elder Tejada. This sequence indicates that a retaliation is in order for the previous ass whipping administered by Kane. Davis McLean shows up next and states, "I thought we had a deal, Sax," to the deceptive DA. Now Davis should have known better, given Sax's maneuvers up to now. Self-interest displays are on brand for Cooper Sax throughout Power's history, and I cannot wait to see the court chess match that'll commence once December 6th gets here. This statement also indicates mistrust and a guaranteed subversion during the proceedings. Tariq then states, "You can't trust anybody," and he's right, especially if he's talking to Jabari Kelly. You definitely can't trust that nigga. We see a quick flash of a concerned Monet, followed by a shaken Tariq. Then, we get confirmation of Zeke's on-court status via a dope basketball montage. Now, typically, shows with sports themes hit or miss on the actual sport itself, so I expect Power to do its best in this regard, which from the looks of things seems legit thus far. We then see a fresh out-of-the-box Zeke chilling with none other than the lovely Caridad Milgram at her spot. Seems like their previous encounter was more than just a one-off. Salute to my nigga Zeke. He came a long way from trying to shoot and missing way back in episode 2. Pun intended. Tasha demands everything Tariq's been up to in the following frame, along with a quick flash of Lauren, Ramirez, and Lil Guap, the latter of which ferociously busting his pistol, lending credibility to my previous prediction regarding him and Kane. Tariq is quickly shown in a pinned-down state. I wonder who could be hemming him up like that. McLean then states, "You know everything," possibly addressing his client. We finally get a Drew sighting, and he is on the attack. I don't think we've seen Drew this passionate in a violent context, which doesn't leave us good feelings about the fate of his brother Kane. The look on Drew's face doesn't convey business, but revenge. It's about to go down in these final 5. A surprise Tariq shows up with Diana towards the trailer's finale, and Monet hits the lullaby button on an unknown victim, her face engulfed with anger and pain, lending more credence to my previous prediction. The trailer ends with the Tejada matriarch declaring that this ain't no negotiation. Do we have an understanding? Her tone and demeanor here tells me that this is the "stay the fuck away from my daughter" talk. And in all honesty, he probably should. You don't want to date the daughter of a drug lord anyway. That shit never ends well. Thank you for watching today's video. What did you think of the new official trailer? And how do you think it'll play out for Ghost Jr. once December gets here? Let me know your opinions in the comments below. If you liked today's video, go ahead and drop $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.
Rudy beat that beat when I'm back.